Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. King and I Life podcast. Your man, Soul Touch the Poet, and my brother.
Son Solex.
All right, we jumping back in this conversation. Body counts. Son Soul X is on one with this conversation, ladies and gentlemen. But we gonna chop it up. We gonna get back into it because we gotta dig a little deeper in this. Um, yeah, we just gotta go for it.
Yeah, man. It's believe me, to all of our listeners out there, trust me when I tell you I love a good slut. There's nothing like a good
Mm.
slut. Do your thing, have your fun, protect yourself. Live your best life. But again, I have all the respect in the world for a good slut.
Mm.
But we are not going to be in a long term relationship. It's just not going to roll like that. I promise you it's not. Not with me. Mm-mm.
Wow. Yeah, I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't. Um, yeah, and I say that because I got a body count, um, and I wouldn't judge a woman on her body count. And actually, I stopped doing that a long time ago
Mm-hmm.
because it's unfair.
It is. It
Um,
is very unfair.
and and I had to look at it, for myself and myself only. There's plenty of people out there who feel the same way about this that you
Right.
feel, but for myself, I had to take a mature approach and a reasonable approach and a more compassionate approach because my body count has been high, and I've had women who came at me and you know wanted a relationship, wanted this, wanted that, and I would be interested in a body count. And at at those times, I would lie about my body count just so I can pretend that my body count was equal to hers. Totally unfair. But I was on a mindset, oh, we just playing. But then it's like she catch feelings, I catch feelings, and it's like shit, you know. And through conversation, it would come up about body counts, and she was like, "Oh, I can't deal with nobody with a high body count." And I'm sitting here like, "God damn, I got all these bodies, and I told you that I ain't got that many." Now, who's to say if I would have been honest, she'd have been cool, take me for who I am at that moment? Even though at that moment back then, I was still stacking bodies. Now, getting older, it's like that body count is still there. It's in the past, but it's not where I'm at now. Um, so it would be wrong for somebody to hold me to a past life that I had when I'm not even moving like that anymore. Whether they know my past body count or not. It's like, okay, if I got 50 bodies 20 years and I stopped stacking bodies like 20 years ago, stacking bodies like that, that was 20 years ago. Are you gonna hold me or judge me off the body count that I grew 20 years ago now? And we rocking with each other, and I'm treating you with all kind of respect, this, that, and the other, and I'm showing you all kind of loyalty. She'd be dead wrong for that. And I'd be dead wrong for judging a female like that. That's just, my position on it.
And I get that. That's a good way to go. That's a good way to be. If you can let go of someone's past when it comes down to their body count like that, that's excellent. But for
Mm.
me, my radar would be going off. Meaning, um, is the loyalty there? Can I trust you? Are
You
you
keep talking
actually in
about
pocket where you
loyalty.
say you at in pocket? And then if I were to call you and you don't pick up, and then you it's several hours before I even hear from you, or maybe the next damn day, then hell yes, my alarm's gonna be going off. I'm gonna be like, no, I can't with you, can't rock with you because you're leaving too many blank spaces at that point.
Well, I swear, it sounds like you had a few females do you dirty.
Man, I've been through the whole roller coaster of life when it comes down to relationships. And again, there's some things that I know about myself that I should fix, but I'm not gonna fix.
Wow,
Meaning, I should let go of certain situations, but those certain situations gave me experience in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are certain things
they
that
gave you.
if it looks like a snake and it moves like a snake and it sounds like a snake, that's a motherfucking snake.
Not all the time. If you, this is what I've learned about myself. Um, I've done foul stuff in my lifetime to women, broke hearts and all that. And I found that one, if I think a female has is capable or is doing something that I used to do, my radar is up on her for no apparent reason. No reason at all. Let's just say I'm with a female and I'm doing dirty and I know what I'm doing. She don't know what I'm doing and I know exactly how I operate. And let's just say she get up one day and do something that I think is strange because it's something I did when I was out doing dirt. My radar is up. It's like she could be doing absolutely nothing wrong, but because I was so grimy and I'm holding on and feeling guilty about my griminess, I'm holding that against her. And it's like I'm questioning her loyalty when I'm the one with the fucked up loyalty. It's like that don't work.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And I could see that. I too have had an extensive past when it comes down to relations, as they say. But again, based off of my personal experiences, it seems like the ones I was most attracted to or the ones I had the most fun were the people that were just like me, which were sluts.
You scarred yourself.
But the thing is about it is when you're in that type of space, if you've been in that type of space, you know how someone, in that field, shall I say, you know how they think.
Nah.
So it's kind of like once a player, always a player. Just because you done stepped off the field, that don't mean you still don't know the game. So if a female,
are you still a player?
Am I still a player? No, I'm just a coach.
But you just said once a player, always a player.
I'm a coach now. There's a difference.
You said once a player.
I can't get out there like that. I can't move like I used to. My circumstances have changed.
No. Exactly. That's the point. So when you look at these females with these body counts, their circumstances have changed and they no longer stacking bodies. But you're saying because you had that body count, you still have that body count, and I can't trust you.
Right.
And she's like, nah, I'm not a player no more. I'm a coach. Things change. And you're like, nah. That's what you say.
If she say she a coach, then good. Go for her, or good for her. But I'm still not rocking with you like that. I can't.
Wow.
Your body count is too damn high. Like I say, if I see it and I know it, I can't rock with you. Now, if I have no idea what you've gone through, you've lied to me so well that I have no idea that what your actual body count is, I might be able to rock with you. But again, if I know for a fact, no. But then if I'm rocking with you later on down the line, meaning if we were in some type of relationship and then I found out that you were, out there in the streets like that, I'm finna send your ass back to the streets. We're not
Wait, if
rocking
she
like
was out
that.
in the streets, if she was out in the streets way before you or while y'all was together?
Way before me.
What? That don't make sense to
It
me.
doesn't have to make sense. This is my reasoning.
It does have to make
I'm
sense.
saying I cannot do that simply because, again, I would feel some type of way about it.
So if your wife came to you in a week or two or a month or whatever
Mhm.
and said, babe, we got to talk. My body count is actually double what I said it was.
Your ass
You
going
gonna
back
send
to
her
the
to the streets?
streets.
I don't believe
You
you.
don't believe? Shit, watch me,
No,
goddamn. Watch
I
me.
don't believe you. I don't believe you.
There's certain things I'm willing to
I don't believe you.
look over, but there are certain things I'm not willing to look over.
So let's just say you went to your wife one day and said, babe, uh, y'all was just having a conversation. Let's just say y'all was having a conversation and you slipped up and said, yeah, well, I knocked down like 30 women in my time. But when y'all first had the conversation, you said 20. And she remembered that you said 20 and now you said 30. And she says, but you said 20 before. And she'd be like, nah, I got to send you back to the streets because you lied to me. You be okay with that?
Exactly, I'll be okay with that.
Ay,
Send me back to the streets. You don't want to do that. You don't want to send me back to the streets.
But at this point in your life, you say you a changed person. You not a player. You a coach. And you okay with her saying, nah, I got to send you back to the streets. And y'all been together like 15 years.
Man, one thing I know about, based off of my experience when it comes down to dealing with women, right? You can love a woman as hard as you can. You can go out your way, break your back. You can do everything and anything you can to make this woman feel like she is a princess or a queen, whatever the case may be. But there are certain things, meaning if a woman does not want you anymore, she does not want you anymore. So why are you still pursuing someone who's told you and showed you they do not want you anymore?
That goes both
That
ways.
doesn't make any sense.
It does make sense.
How does that make sense to chase someone
here,
who don't told you and showed you they didn't want you?
It's not chasing somebody. If you're talking about a woman with a high body count and you're pursuing her and she accepts you and you find out she got a high body count and you don't want her, it's like you pursued her for nothing. She wants you, but you like, I mean, I'm not getting, you talking about the pursuing somebody that don't want you. You're pursuing a woman that has a high body count and you don't know it. She says, all right, I'm gonna rock with this dude. And she says, all right, y'all talking about body counts, this, that, and the other. And she tells you this body count, and you're like, oh man, I don't want you because you got a high body count. That's not equal to pursuing somebody that don't want you.
The question was, if I got the right understanding, was what if your wife found out later that you had a high body count and she said she does not want you? What wasn't that the question at hand?
But that's equal to if you found out she had a high body count. Y'all, okay, you got a high body count, she got a high body count. Y'all have a conversation and y'all be like, well, you got a high body count. Well, so do you. Well, we're going to part ways because I don't think you're going to be loyal to me because you got a high body count. That's crazy to me.
Again, if the female I'm with tells me she does not want me anymore because I have a high body count, I am perfectly fine with that. That's what I'm saying.
Oh man, I don't get it. I can't.
I'm just saying,
man. If
again, it's a personal preference type of thing, man. I can't take someone seriously who has a high ass body count.
But people take you seriously and you have a high body count. I'm not saying that you have a crazy high body count. I'm just saying throughout your lifetime, period, your lifetime, period, there's been females that have been interested in you or whatever the case may be. Um, and your body count, let's just say you had 10 chicks in college and you meet this chick who's real green. She maybe had one or two people and your body count is high,
Right.
but she could take you seriously. It's like, how can you not take somebody seriously if the situation is flipped? It's like saying that she's you're looking at her like she's unable to be loyal because she got 10 bodies.
What I'm saying, in the scenario you just described, if a female in college, we come in contact, she kind of green, she knew. Uh, if it got back to her, at that point that I got a large body count, and she came to me and asked me about it, I'm gonna tell her the truth.
And if she overlooked your body count because she's really digging you, and you be like, oh damn, she accept me for who I am, I can change to be with her. You gonna rock with her, or you gonna walk away from her because you don't think she could trust you?
I'm gonna rock with her if she says she can accept it.
Okay, now with that being said, she has looked at you and your high body count, and she has erased in her head that he's a hoe, he's always gonna be a hoe. She's erased in her head that he's out here with all these women, but he could be loyal to me. She's erased all doubt, but you're saying you can't do the same.
No, I cannot do the same.
Oh,
I
Lord.
cannot. Not at all.
Let me call General Dynamics and get us some stealth for these bodies of ours, because they about to throw some bombs at us on this one,
but
boy.
Again, like I said, the thing about it is,
wow.
If a female was to ask me, if I was single, what's my body count, I would give her, what I think, or kind of close to what it may be. Now,
what?
I'm saying I would give her the number.
A roundabout number.
A roundabout
you
number.
Think or close to what it is.
I can't think back to that, man. That's a lot of. But what I'm saying is, I would be completely and totally honest with her about it. Again, I feel like if I'm honest with you about it, at least I gave you a choice.
That's not even that don't even, that
no. No, listen now. If I'm honest with you, if you ask me and I'm honest with you, I gave you a choice. Because at that point, if I'm upfront with you and you know everything, it's your choice to stay with me or to walk away. I gave you a choice.
But you've done nothing or given her a legitimate reason to make a choice to stay or walk away. Your body count is your past. That has nothing to do with right there and right now, unless you are still stacking bodies. If you are still stacking bodies at the moment that you meet this woman and she's interested in you, and you got 3 bodies that you got to go stack after you have a conversation with her, that's totally different from what you did 5, 10, even a year ago. That's totally different. But that's what you was doing back then.
Kind of depends on the circumstances, though.
What are the circumstances? You meet this woman. If
we are just getting together and she's asking for a serious relationship, and I'm honest with her about, my past and about where I'm at with my body count, then that's fine. Again, I'm giving her the choice to say, hey, here's, where I've been. This is what I've done. Can you accept this or can you not accept it? So I gave you a choice. You can either say, yes, I'm cool with that. We'll move forward based on the fact that we are now entering into a long-term relationship. Or she can say, no, I can't deal with that. The hell with you. At that point, I would have to accept whatever choice she gave me. But again, like I said, on the flip side of that, if her body count is high and she tells me, hey, my body count is high, again, she allowed me to have the choice of saying, yes, I can deal with it, or no, I can't. And that puts us both on the same even playing field. But when she lie about it and say, no, I only got so and so and so and so, but then if I find out later on that her is astronomical, no, Playboy, we can't do that. I gotta go. Mm-mm.
Okay, so I had to scrap my question. It sounds to me that when you meet any woman, first date, you need to tell her how many bodies is too many for you. First date. Soon as you meet, as soon as y'all sit down, start talking, you need to say, if you have more than this many bodies, it's a wrap. Because from what you had just said, you meet a chick and she's looking for a serious relationship off the break.
Right.
My thing is, when we just meet, that's not even part of our conversation. We just getting to know each other. I don't want to know if you want a serious relationship with me. If that's what you're looking for down the line, okay, cool. Because we still in the getting to know each other phase.
Right.
And it's going to take at least, depending on how we flowing, a month to 3 months for us to lock it down.
Okay.
And be serious with each other.
Let me ask you this then. You meet this female, y'all are dating at 2 or 3 months. In the time of that 2 or 3 months, are you gonna stop what you're doing and be serious with her? Or are you gonna continue to do what you do until you know that you guys are both in that space of wanting a serious relationship with each other?
Okay, so if I meet someone and let's just say we've been talking for like a week or two, 3 weeks, 3 weeks most, and we vibing and we spend all this time together, I'm gonna slow down what I've been doing, depending on what I've been doing, because you never know. I could probably just be dealing with one chick at the time that I meet this one, or I could be dealing with 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if me and this chick is rocking together and 2, 3 weeks go by and everything is bomb, and it's like, yo, I like chilling with her, then those others might get put on a back burner, and I'm gonna see where we go for a month. See if we go where we go 2 months. See where we go 3 months, and in that time, we're gonna be talking. Um, at the same time, I don't expect her to stop doing whatever she's doing cold turkey, because whatever she's doing is not my business. Just like whatever I'm doing is not her business, unless we come to a point and we say, you know what? Hey, look, I want it to be us. But at the same time, it's going to be understood that I'm seeing other people. And I would hope that she could be honest as well and say she's seeing other people. So that is what it is. Therefore, we're both on the same playing field. And at that point, we both have a choice of whether we want to continue seeing where this is going to go. Now, I'm not going to ask her body count because to me, it's irrelevant. Now, if she is stacking bodies, and what I mean by stacking bodies is she's slinging out coochie like food stamps, that's a different story. Now, if she did that back in her past, and let's just say 6 months, a year, or however long ago than that, if she stacked bodies, I don't care, because I can honestly say I've stacked bodies as well. So who am I to judge her body stacking when I know I've stacked bodies? And it really doesn't matter, because if we meet at some point and the body stacking has stopped and it's done, and she's showing me that she's loyal to me and I'm showing her that I'm loyal to her, then we're going to see where it goes. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh nah, shit, but when you was in high school, you stacked 40 bodies. I can't rock with you. That's irrelevant to me. That's just like, and that's just like now. Let's just say now as adults, um, I run into somebody that we went to high school with, and back in high school, she was the queen of the damned. But here we are 20, 30, 40 years later, she's a whole different person. I'm not going to hold what she did in high school against her. She might have did that from high school to college. And after college, she, chilled out. That's way back there. I don't care what people say. Oh, damn, back in high school, she was this, she was that. And back in high school, you was this, you was this, you was this. Look at you now. You married, you got a good wife, 4 kids, and you got it going on. Why does that matter what happened back then? That does nothing to do with me.
I'm agreeing with you, but I'm not agreeing with you. And here again is the scenario.
Oh,
back
man.
then, meaning in high school, she could have been the biggest get around girl, as they say, possible. So that was back then. This is 20, 30 years later. She could be completely and totally nothing like that. She could be a church girl. I don't know. But again, if we're in the same town, I'm not touching a serious relationship with you like that. I'm not. Now, if we're in a different town, this happened in New York and you out in California, we good. We got no problems. Meaning everything you did from high school to, like you said, maybe college, happened on the East Coast. We on the West Coast. But if you still stacking bodies like you were when you were in high school through college, and you're on the West Coast, and everybody knows that you get around like that, I'm not.
Got around like that. Got around like that. Not get around like that.
I'm not. I'm not.
Yo, you killing me, bruh. You killing me.
Everybody has a past. Everybody has a past. It's a fact.
Exactly.
But again, the thing
you
is,
can't erase it.
If you still stacking bodies like that in our current time, meaning in our current situation, and you want me to take you seriously, I'm not taking you seriously.
But you said, even if she's not still stacking bodies, you can't take her seriously.
Not in the same town. No, I can't do that.
Why does it matter if it's in the same town?
Because everybody knows.
Okay. Let me give you a scenario. You got a chick who had sex with a dude who gets around town. She don't have no bodies, but she got knocked off by a dude that has a lot of bodies. Are you going to look at that female the same way?
No.
But she's caught up in his body count. And every time people see her, they be like, yo, that's the girl that used to mess with Joe, and Joe got mad bodies. That's not the same to you?
No, that's not the same.
Oh, Lord.
Listen, though. Listen. That was Joe getting around like that. That wasn't her. She was just one in a long line of many for Joe. Joe is the one with the high body count, not her. So why am I holding it against her? Because her body count is low, but she kicked it with Joe.
Because one, it's in the same town, it's in the same circle, and Joe probably skied it all up on her goddamn face, and you kissing her in her face, and people are like, yo, damn, you mess with her? Yo, Joe skied it all up in her face and licked it off her face and spit it in her mouth.
All right, now that's taking a little too far.
No, it's not taking it far. It's being for real.
You made it sound so nasty.
Yo, King of That Life podcast, we talk about body counts, baby. We gonna be back because we cutting the mustard now. Soul Toucher the Poet and my brother up in this joint.
So Lex up in here, man. We'll get back at y'all.
Be right back. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is the King and I Life podcast, hosted by myself, Soul Toucher the Poet, and my brother, Son Soul X in his joint. Check it out. Hit us up, www.kinganilife.com for all our podcast info. Subscribe to whatever podcast platform that you choose. Also, hit us up, KINGANDEYE369@gmail.com. Email us your suggestions, your feedback, and all that good stuff. Tune in to us live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And make sure you like, subscribe, and share, because we are all over all those social media platforms. Stay tuned for the good stuff. Yeah, we out.